Welcome back to Passionately Catholic. I am Anthony Digmann. Quote that I want to share with you today is from Blessed Charles de Foucauld, who was a Christian hermit in the Sahara Desert from the roughly mid-1800s. He lived from the mid-1800s into the early 19th century until a little bit after World War I got started. And here's what he said. After I discovered that there is a God, it was impossible for me not to live for him alone. I love this quote from Blessed Charles de Foucauld because it really sums up for me exactly what I feel like. And it seems like that also is true for a lot of people when they get to the point that they've really developed the relationship with God, not just necessarily discovered God. Some people, I think it's they discover God and they're like, oh yeah, God exists. And then boom, they're fully committed, that they've made themselves a disciple of Jesus Christ, of God. When they get to that point, for other people, it may take longer before they finally get to that point of being fully committed and saying, you know what, I'm totally living for you alone. But I love this, what Charles has to say, that after I discovered that there is a God, it was impossible for me not to live for him alone. And some people might say that's totally crazy, but I think that that's actually radically logical, because if it really sinks into my heart that, you know what, there really is a God, that, you know what, this life, it has more beyond it. Okay, that I'm not made just for this life, that there is eternity, that there is God, that there's so much that God has planned for me, that God really is love, and that he loves me deeply and he wants something bigger and better for me than just what this world has to offer. And reflect on that for a moment. Consider that radical emptiness that this world offers and how it fails to satisfy me and to satisfy you. So when we really discover that there is a God, and not just, I think so often in our world, so many of us are like, oh yeah, I believe in God, right? But it hasn't really sunk in deep down what that means. Do we really believe that there is a God? Because if we really do, it should change everything about us, especially the fact about Jesus Christ being God, the Son of God, God incarnate, who dies on the cross and rises again from the dead. That's the most significant event in all of human history. When that sinks in, that God has offered us an entirely new life, that he has freed us from sin and from death, that should radically change our entire perspective on everything, every part of our relationships. It should put us in a point where we're totally committed to God, that we will live like Blessed Charles says here, that we will live for him alone. We would hold nothing back, because he is the infinite goodness and truth and beauty and love and health and all that we are craving in this life. And this is part of the reason why I love reading quotes and books from saints and holy people like Blessed Charles, is because they've tread this path. They have already gone through this path. They're like older brothers and sisters. They're like Hall of Famers, holy people who have already tread this path of love for, with, and to God. And they can also highlight for us the way that we can trod. But here's also the thing about these people, the blesseds and the saints, is that they are not dead. They are really alive. They are alive in Jesus Christ. They are alive in heaven, or more alive in a way than we even are. We who still have our bodies in the flesh here on earth, and they're still alive. They're still interceding for us, and they can still help us. So, Blessed Charles, pray for us. But my friend, are you ready to share your story, struggle, or insight to help us become more passionately Catholic? Visit anthonydingman.com/submissions to be the next real life reflection. Remember to subscribe, like, and share this to join in our mission. Special thanks to all patrons who make Passionately Catholic possible. Visit anthonydingman.com for more. May God bless you abundantly, and I'll see you again in the next episode.